This is nerdcaliber.com, and I'm here with the great MC Frontalot. Your name, MC Frontalot.
Yes.
I grew up in the Bronx.
Yes.
The word front as a slang means
Yes.
like someone who's like, you know, is a liar or
To be
like
inauthentic.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Can you explain your name to me?
Well, I figured it would be a name that no other rapper would try and take from me. So generally, rappers try to avoid fronting, try to insist that they don't do any fronting, decry fronting in all ways. Yeah. But the amount of fronting that I have to do just to sort of get up on stage and insist that people should pay attention to me is non-trivial amount of fronting. So, thus, Frontalot, my name.
Okay. Well, we're here at Anime Boston. You're about to perform in probably the next half hour. Are you familiar with anime?
Familiar with it. You know what? I am not deep into all the stuff that has come to exist in the last 15 years. And when I come to this show, I feel particularly ignorant about the culture. I grew up on like Robotech, and Transformers was probably made in Korea, you think? Taiwan? Where do you think they animated Transformers? But it was like an anime show. Original Transformers. Akira, you know. That kind of stuff when I was young.
What would you say is your expertise when it comes to nerddom?
My what? My expertise?
Yes. Like, would it be comic books? Would it be RPGs?
I'd say all PC games ever, and plus all underground comics of the 90s. Those are my top. Those are my. If you need a class taught on those two subjects specifically, please hand me a doctorate, and I'll see if I can help you out.
Any specific characters or issues or writers you follow?
I love tons of comic writers. I like Evan Dorkin a lot. I just grabbed him to do my cover for the new record, Solved, due this August. And Tony Moore is great. He's an illustrator, not a writer. And
is this the anime convention?
here's my bass player, Black Lotus.
I brought my own costume.
Cosplaying as Bo Peep.
What?
Are you, or Sweet Pea from Popeye?
Well, in Japanese it's Bo Pipu.
Bo Pipu, my bass player. I feel you improvised your cosplay based on things that were sitting around.
This took me 6 months
in the catering area
by
the freight elevator where we are hanging out.
And it's I had to find all my materials, found art.
The air is thick with lies today here at the Heinz Convention Center. Black Lotus, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So what is your take about cosplayers? I know a lot of people might look at cosplayers or otakus and say, wow, these guys are a little weird, or oh, they just want some attention.
Well, they are a little weird, and of course they do want some attention, but that's wonderful, is the thing that the people who you're imagining might be missing.
I think it's really annoying when people want attention all the time. I mean,
there's a lot of folks who I see at these things who probably at high school during the week are kind of like a little bit shy and maybe quiet, or hanging out in the library or the computer lab. And they get to come here and assume a completely different character and wear some wild ass outfits and just like be out, have their personality come out, have their excitement come out, and they run around and they're like thrilled to be here and to be there with each other and to be appreciating what each other have put into these costumes and sharing fandom, and not just fandom, but sharing the talents of the costume making, which is like pretty impressive in some cases. Naruto headbands not included, but many impressive outfits. I've got a whole song about cosplayers on the new record. It's called Victorian Space Prostitute. It's sort of named after those like the
steampunkers?
Like steampunk gothic Lolitas. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yes. It's got a verse about them. It's got a verse about the guys who are dressed like Solid Snake or some such, like half ninja, half marine, who are doing like stealth moves down the hallways of these conventions. And they're like, you know, clearing the room and like avoiding the pressure plates and everything. And they're obviously like on a stealth mission, but on the other hand, they're doing it so that everyone will look at them. So that's mildly ironic. And then there's also a verse about furries. I'm going to get a lot of email about that one. And the last verse is about me and how I probably should not be providing anyone with fashion criticism, since I wear a costume that you would generously call. Here we have another great illustration of the way that you can occasionally have some success in your cosplay without slaving over it for months ahead of time. Because as we see, all the materials are back here by the catering.
So this new album is coming out this August?
August, this very August. Yeah.
All right. And now, how are you trying to outdo yourself from the last album?
I don't like to brag, but this is going to be the greatest rap album in the history of recorded music. That's all. Aim high, hit the mark. That's the plan.
Are you doing anything with your production crew? Or did you have a new producer? Do you have any?
I produce these things myself, officially. I have people who work with me on the production stuff, and my buddy Brendan Brown from Weedus has been in from the beginning of mixing on this one, so he's like a proper co-producer, which is great. I used to have this fellow named Nate Van Ill who worked on the last 3 records, and he's got some amazing maneuvers. He knows how to make music and vocals play together so that they are both featured at the same time, which is sort of a voodoo technique. But he got depressed and is currently in a ditch bleeding somewhere, so I don't know. He's not working on this record.
Is there anything else coming up that you would like your fans to know?
Well, if this is airing right away, next weekend I'm in Michigan for PenguinCon.
Okay.
And we will have a big old tour in the fall.
All right, one last question. Years from now, when schools and different colleges study your work, what themes or what message would you like them, that you hope that they get from your albums?
I hide like millions of messages in there. I kind of want folks to dig them out for themselves instead of guiding their hand. But again, for the price of 1 doctoral degree, I'll gladly teach whatever you want. Need a class on Frontalot? I'm probably an expert.
Well, thank you very much. 0 Day is out. And what's the name of the new album coming out in August?
Solved.
You heard that? Thank you so much. This is NerdCaliber.com signing out.